Welcome.
Hey, thanks for joining us on our second live ever.
I know, it's exciting.
Yeah, if this is your first time tuning in, we are bonding over bourbon. A couple of whiskey nerds in Chicago that love collecting, almost a little too much.
Yes, it has definitely gone a little overboard in the last few months.
Yeah, so we have a pretty big backlog of bottles that we have to get through. So we figured, what better opportunity than to open it up for you guys, give you our first impressions. Some of these cats tried and I have not, or vice versa.
Yeah. And some of them you guys tried and we haven't.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna do a couple of things here, just make sure everything sounds crisp and clear.
Let me get glasses while you're doing that.
All right, we're gonna wait just a couple of minutes here to see if we get some more people rolling. So far, we got Tater Dom. Always good to see you.
Dom.
You've been following us since the beginning, and we really appreciate it. I always love seeing your glamour shot on your icon for your photo there. Absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Amazingness.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat here. We got Mark Doyle. Don't worry, you will see the backlog. We put a couple of the bottles up in a thumbnail that we're going to be showing. A couple extra surprises as well.
Yeah. And we also have some giveaways as well.
Yes, plural. So I'm going to go ahead and put a banner down here as well so you guys get an idea of what we're doing here. So as we get everyone in here, make sure you type in Limestone in the chat, all caps. That's how you're going to secure your spot in the raffle here. You have to yell surprise during the surprises. Absolutely.
Surprise. Yeah. It's all a surprise to us.
Yeah, everything is a surprise. We don't even know what we're fully going to pull out here yet.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think we have some ideas, but not all of the ideas.
Tony, thank you so much for watching. How's Houston treating you right now? So while we're waiting for Tony to respond, we have a couple of things, just kind of housekeeping to update here. So we do have some really cool stuff planned for the near future, potentially with some other YouTubers.
Yes.
We're kind of on our own little island here in Chicago.
There are some YouTubers here, but most of them are like just kind of audio podcasts, not visual.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. It was such a pleasure to meet you. I really, really enjoyed getting to talk to you for a little bit. It was a really, really good time. Definitely slightly regretted it the next morning.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I struggled that day at work after our 100 subscriber bottle share.
1,000 subscribers.
Sorry, 1,000. Sorry. I don't know what numbers are.
Yeah, just add a 1 and a 0 to everything. And then Tony, I see you got here. Hot. Yeah, Houston's hot.
And it's summer.
Yeah, pretty bad right now. Oh, Mark, yeah, we're sad that you missed it, but we'll do another one in the near future.
Yeah.
And we'll try to make the group this one was a little bit more casual.
It was.
Yeah, we didn't know what to expect, so we left it a little bit more intimate. I think going forward, as we continue to go up in subscribers, we're probably going to scale it up a little bit. Not sure what that looks like yet, but if you are in our Patreon or on our memberships page, you get the Discord. So we'll kind of like roll out more information as it goes. We'll put up polls and surveys and stuff like that to make sure we're accommodating as many people as possible.
Yeah. And I know like August is hard when you have kids too.
Yeah.
When you're like getting back into the groove or like back to school. So, and you have to go on vacation right before.
Yeah.
You're tortured for another year.
Or if you have a summer job,
yeah,
it comes to a close and then you're like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah,
what's the next move? So we got Forlorn Hope. Thanks for joining us here.
Did you say hi to Veronica?
I did.
Hi, Veronica.
Yeah, I said you have to yell surprises. Then we
did have Brioche there, our dog. It was super cute, and there was another corgi that was there as well. So
yeah,
they kept themselves very busy.
A deaf corgi, which is almost insulting when your ears are that big that you can't use them.
But such big eyes too. So cute.
I see you got a request to feature brioche more. We'll definitely try. The car videos are challenging. We look at a graph of like our viewing for some of our videos, and like as soon as it doesn't jump to the content, you see like drops. So we're gonna try to find the right way to do this. It might be a little bit more narrative focused and less like live shot, but we'll see what that looks like.
Yeah. And in the summer, I don't want to bring her along and just like stuff her in the car the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
one cool thing that we kind of thought about was maybe the idea of having her walk through a store with us, and anything she boops or sniffs, like we have to pick that bottle, and doing like a bottom shelfer review that's kind of like, dog sponsored, or at least dog guided.
Yeah. Yeah. We took her to a liquor store yesterday and she was just having a grand time just licking all of the bottles.
Yeah, she could. So don't sleep on Driftless Glen rye barrels. We haven't had any of the ryes yet.
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah, definitely worth trying. We'll try anything at least once or twice. Uh, Tony, all corgi heights are bottom shelfers. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's why we figured it would be great, because if she finds us something awesome on the bottom shelf, then it's got to be good for an everyday sipper.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I mean, she could pick some like Canadian-based stuff that's mostly vodka.
yeah, if she picks us like the Beam 5-star, I'm definitely gonna get mad. If you don't know what that is, don't try it.
Try it. Do it. You only live once.
Ray, you were one of our earlier followers as well.
Hi, Ray.
Bummer we didn't get to see you, but we'll catch you at the next one. And one of these days, I still owe you a trip to Slightly Toasted, so we can always make it work there.
Yeah, I work right by Slightly Toasted too.
Yeah,
we can make it work.
Pleasure to see you as well, my friend. It's a pleasure to get to see like the faces behind the names that we see online, like just seeing like STV. Like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if this is like a man, a woman, not that it matters, but like you don't really know. Like, everybody seems kind of like just like an idea, or
it's an idea of a person.
Yeah, or I mean, you don't know if they're a bot online or something, or if they're like kind of trying to what, like Russian data hackers.
I would have pronounced that Strugbids.
Yeah,
Strugbids.
Stibbiz. Yeah. Either way, it was a pleasure to have you there. Super happy with how everything went. Nice rollout. I think we had like a fold out table that was.
Yeah. Should I get
full.
Drinks before we start digging into?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. While you're doing that, I'll go through some of the rest of the comments here. Veronica says bottom shelf brioche picks. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Brioche is a bottom shelf. She's the smallest table that you can find.
Bringing out the Chattanooga Founders, which we found at Woodman's in North Aurora.
Yeah, North Aurora. Funny enough, Woodman's is not like the only place that has this. Up until then, we had never really seen the Chattanooga Founders release, but apparently it's all over Illinois now.
That was such a small pop.
Yeah, there was a small pop. But yeah, so we're super excited for this one. We've heard a lot of really nice things about it. Thank you.
I'm going to be conservative as we get through all these bottles.
Yeah, we have at least, 6 that we're going through.
It smells good.
Give or take some surprises here.
I think so.
We found the founders.
Yeah, we found the founders.
Yeah. So yeah, we're excited for this one. If you don't already know, the founders release is from Chattanooga. Oh man, that nose.
I didn't even smell it. I was seasoning the table.
Yeah, you have to season the table.
Yeah, it's important.
Well, yeah. So this is from Chattanooga. Not only the distillery, but the location.
What am I doing? I should keep that here.
Yeah, we got to Vanna White it.
Yeah. So
this is some of their more like annual kind of allocated release stuff. It's very interesting. In the sense that like it's always been like an elusive thing. We've heard people talk about it. We've never been able to find it. We're excited to actually put some bourbon to lips and see what it tastes like.
Yeah, it has like some bourbons have that like smell. Maybe it's like the dustiness of a bourbon, but I always get like, is it weird to say like dirty carpet smell.
A little bit. I should also kind of take a step back here and say that this is not actually a bourbon. This is a Tennessee whiskey. So please don't come at me. There are very, very few differences between the two.
How dare you?
Hey, that's what the tour guide at Jack Daniels told me.
I know, I'm joking.
He said it's basically just bourbon.
It is bourbon with an extra process.
Yeah, with the maple charcoal filtering. The Lincoln County process, if you will.
County.
Tom Morrow.
Hi, Tom.
How the hell are you doing, Tom?
Hey, Tom.
Thank you so much for joining us here. Tom is awesome. Tom is the person that sent us all the samples for Limestone Farms.
We thought he was hazing us when he first sent us an email.
Yeah, we just saw the name in our email, Tom Morrow, and we were like, okay, this is interesting. Tried to click a link for something. We got immediately flagged by by Google's protection.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, are you sure you want to click this? I was
like, I don't know.
Yeah, Tom's a sport about it. He told me people tell him this all the time. But he sent us the Limestone Farms. Really, really appreciative of that. Really enjoyed basically all of them. We are excited to share that same enjoyment with everyone else watching. We are looking to essentially, one of the giveaways that we're going to do is a full flight pack. Can you Vanna White the bottles for me? They're going to be in the bottom right there.
Bottom.
All the way in the right.
Gosh. Okay.
We have a very, very tight quarters back here. Okay. Ooh, Roman Carter only had the high proof. I don't think we've had a Chattanooga high proof yet.
We haven't. No, I haven't seen them.
That'd be pretty good.
So these are our first giveaway.
Yeah, so we thought about breaking them up and doing like 4 different giveaways for this, but you know, I don't know about you guys, but I really like the idea of a flight.
Yeah.
It really gives you the ability to like kind of cross them, all the flavors, like cross compare and really get an idea of what you like. And then you can knock it all out at once instead of having to try like 4, 5, 6 different things. You can just get it all in one go and you know exactly what you like. We still have like a Bardstown one.
I know. We need to open that. Maybe that can be another one of our lives or our Patreon.
Yeah, this one isn't so much like a scent sample. This is more so
it's one of the like you get at the gift shop.
Yeah,
we got it down at like Kentucky.
I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of these guys here. So 4 different ones. We keep meaning to break it open, but you know.
I'm worried about the white dog. I mean, I'll be fine, but I just like it's not something that I'm into drinking straight.
We just need to find the world's tiniest barrel.
Teeny tiny, yeah.
And then just make our own like 1 week whiskey. What is this? Mark says need to expand the wall. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna keep adding all these bottles, we need to.
Then we need to just get into a new space because this is kind of the end of the wall unless we go up.
Yeah, we're in like a Harry Potter room in here. I mean, we're literally under a set of stairs. But yeah, we do have more shelving up here. It's just, you know, it's a little sparse at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're working on making that our overflow, and we'll see what we can do to keep all of this organized.
We might have to move our bed into this tiny little room and then just make our bedroom the whiskey room.
Oh God. We never discussed this, but
no, I'm just joking. That would be an awful
No, hear me out.
Little old fashions here. Cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us, Little Old Fashioned. Really appreciate you. Always love watching your videos. I love your personality. I love your attitude. You're always so chill. You're always
funny.
Yeah, funny. And what better love story than Little Old Fashioned and Evan Williams bonded? It's the best romance I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the best.
When is merch coming? That is an evolving conversation here.
Soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the first thing is gonna be Glencairn's. It's just kind of formatting it and making it look good. Our logo isn't really conducive right now to putting it on Glencairn's, but that's gonna be the first one.
On laser etching, it's a little interesting to look at. There's so much detail and stuff like that that's on our logo that is kind of lost when you're just doing like a laser etch of it. So we'll kind of have to figure it out and see what direction we want to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cheers all. Russ L, thank you so
Thanks,
much for joining
Russell.
us. You're one of the first viewers that we had on the channel that engaged with us. Really appreciate you, especially when we see that you're so active in the rest of this community. It's an honor to have you here on the live with us. Really, really appreciate you. Tom, we're looking forward to going down and seeing what the facility looks like.
Yes.
Super excited for it. This is kind of one of the things we hinted at earlier. I didn't expect to see Tom in the live
Tom's
here.
all like about it. He's like, yes, you're coming. And we're like, okay.
Yeah, so when they're doing the soft opening for the distillery, we're going to get to go down there and take a look at it and, get like first impressions of it, which would be awesome. That means we'd get to see it before most people or the general public. And very, very fortunate to be in this position. Really, really appreciate all the love and generosity.
I'm also super interested to see what else Limestone Farms has too, because what we had was so good and so unique that like I don't know what else they could do. It might like make me pass out while we're drinking it.
Oh, you mean if it's so good that it just like kind of blows your mind?
Yeah. And I just pass away.
Well, let's hope it's not so good it unalives you. Here we go. Amazing. Little Old Fashioned samples too. I really can't wait to see what you think, Little Old Fashioned. I'm super, super excited to get just another opinion from someone else in this community, because we're lucky enough to get it before it's really out. Yeah, please let me know. I look forward to your review as well. And Russ, again, it's no trouble really. We really owe our humble upbringing in this this world, this landscape of like YouTubing to people like you. So and everyone in the chat here, we're really, really appreciative, and everybody watching. We really couldn't do this if we didn't have the support of people that, cared about what we have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like, and taste is subjective. I think that there's like notes that always kind of like people get when they're drinking bourbon, or like if you think about something like Buffalo Trace, there are like classic Buffalo Trace notes that everyone gets. And then sometimes you're like, oh, I would have never thought to say like apricot when drinking this. And now that's the only thing I can taste.
Or even on the other end of the spectrum, where you say a flavor that is like synonymous with the brand, like Old Forester or Jack Daniels, saying banana, and then people are like, how dare you say banana? It doesn't taste like that. And you're like,
but it does.
But like their whole brand extension for the Brown-Forman name kind of does. But that's fine. Maybe that's just me and 5 other people I talk to.
I mean, some people just hate bananas too. So maybe they're just like an anti-banana person saying that. And like, I love bananas. Like, give me banana bread. I ate a banana muffin this morning. Like, that's why I love Jack Daniels so much.
Yeah. Which is honestly kind of why we got into Tennessee whiskey to begin with. As we started to try like the other Jack Daniels lines, like you can see our shelf is very quickly picked up with Jack Daniels. But yeah, so like it got us into trying other stuff like this, which we're super, super happy for. Yeah, so we spent a lot of time talking over it, but not talking about it.
It's weird. I mean, I know I've been talking a lot while we've been drinking this, but the flavor of this is so subtle that it's kind of hard to like pinpoint flavors for me.
Would you say it smelled like wet carpet?
Wet carpet. It's like that dust. No, not wet carpet, but like dusty carpet, Yeah,
it's not
just offending.
Yeah, Jack Daniels and Old Forester do have banana notes.
Do.
Down with whoever said it doesn't.
And this is a fresh crack, so I never like to like super judge.
Yeah, the nose is definitely tight on this coming fresh out of the bottle.
Yeah, it kind of, it smells like cleaner to me, weirdly.
I don't get that at all, but that's fine.
It's just like that kind of like chemical smell.
Like synthetic.
Yeah, it definitely smells synthetic to me. Like right now, I'm not crazy about the nose. I'm sure it'll change over time. I'm interested to see like once it's down here, what's gonna happen. But
the palate definitely makes up for it a little bit, though.
Yeah,
I get like a almost sweet tea, like a slightly sweetened tea. You get like a little bit of bitter, like black tea notes. You get like a little bit of like not so much honey or like traditional sugar, but it does have a sweetness that kind of offsets that.
I kind of say like Japanese black sugar, which would be in like
Okinawan black
yeah,
sugar.
which would be in like boba tea. I kind of get that where it's not
Yeah.
like overly sweet, but it has like that richness to it.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the tea flavor. Like when I kind of open my mouth up and down, like I get the black tea.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, this kind of just reminds me of boba tea overall.
Probably one of the most obscure references that Chattanooga's ever had referred to it.
They're probably like, no,
I
please
mean,
don't say that.
you never know. There's probably at least a handful of people in that company that know exactly what that tastes and smells like.
Boba tea is trending on like restaurants all over the world. So, like, you have to admit some flavors.
Yeah. Honestly, it's opening up a little bit more. I get more of a what would you call that?
Grasshopper.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, she
Yeah.
likes to troll a lot. So if you hear her say something like it do you mean astringent? Oh, sorry, hold on. We'll get to this. Hey Rusty, nice to see
Hey,
you.
Russ.
We'll get to this comment in a second. So I lost it now. It's fine. Oh, she likes to troll. Yeah. So she'll say things like it tastes like unicorn blood, or it smells like a fresh fart, or something
Who
like
hasn't
that.
had Voldemort moments? And who hasn't smelled a fresh fart? I'm sorry. Has no one been trapped in an elevator?
Yep. So I will be the straight cop and she'll be the joking cop through most of these.
But to your point with the tea note, I think it's more the actual taste of the tea rather than the astringent flavor.
Yeah, like the actual like I get more astringency on the nose than I do on the actual palate. I definitely get more of like a like the kind of bitter black tea flavor that you usually get from like we were saying, like an unsweetened black tea, more of like an American style black tea, but with the sugar content, it does kind of push it more into like the realm of like bubble tea,
Yeah.
like you were mentioning.
Yeah, definitely. It's sugary. It's like complex. Those are kind of like the two flavor notes that I'm getting from it. I'm not getting a lot of fruit. I'm not getting like
I didn't even get the maple charcoal, really.
no. Maybe that could be the like black sugar that we're tasting.
Maybe.
Um
Maybe it's slightly less charred.
yeah, I think this one needs time to open up.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, we didn't look at a ton of specs on these ones because we wanted to go into it as blind as possible. We just knew it was supposed to be good and we wanted to see what it was all about.
Yeah.
Next one here. The future, would you guys ever do shorts of restaurants that have a good whiskey selection?
Yes. That is on our list.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of hinted at doing that when we were in Raleigh. More so, it just kind of happened organically. We didn't think about doing it until we were already there. I think going forward, we could definitely serve to do that a little bit better. I mean, there's tons of places in this city alone that are like pretty well known for whiskey.
Yeah.
And a couple that are like a little more sleeper hits that like you have to really know to know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be fun.
Yeah. And especially you having your background in restaurants and me having like my data analytics background in restaurants, we could definitely have some like interesting perspectives.
Yeah. And I could be like, well, what dish pairs best with this Joseph Magnus? And you could be like, Joseph Magnus is trending up by 40% right now.
There you go.
Rusty, thank you. Always sending us so much love and support here. Smash the like button, people. Let your friends know about the giveaway that we're doing. We have a couple more surprises, except for just the Limestone Farms. So all the support you can give us helps. Really, really appreciate you all.
And if you're interested in the giveaway, also type in Limestone Farms.
Yeah, we got this news like time ticker at the
or
bottom
limestone,
here.
Sorry, limestone.
Yeah, limestone, not Limestone Farms. You get Limestone Farms by typing limestone. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the next one out.
Yeah. Let's see.
Did I see something about St. Charles?
Yeah.
That's where I grew up.
Whiskey Bend. I have heard about that, but we haven't gone yet. I don't think we've done any hunting really in St. Charles yet.
No,
I feel like we definitely should.
indeed.
Allow me to clear the glass here.
Yeah, give me just. Oh, do we want fresh glasses?
No, let's move into fresh glasses when we get into like the age stuff.
Okay.
Or like the secondary finish stuff.
Is the pop good?
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
kinda.
Yeah, so this is Jep the Creed, which is a brand that we looked at so many times before we decided to actually pick it up. It is pretty interesting. This is their 4-grain, which I believe is rye, malt, rye, barley, corn, and bloody butcher corn.
Yeah.
So this is the same stuff that's been kind of going around right now. For an example, so Baby Jane is basically just the proprietary version that's blended with the bloody butcher corn in here.
Hi, Cat. Or
So-
hi.
Oh, Rye Guy. Hey,
Hi.
thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you here.
The more I read this, the more I realize I need glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an evolving conversation here.
Yeah, but the Baby Jane was really interesting. It's been a while since we touched that one, so I'm interested to see like that one has some notes.
Yeah, Mark, this is the exact reason why we picked it up. One thing that we've kind of noticed with this channel too is like, you know, all these big brands, as they're like all kind of behind in this area, like we love it. We love the idea of chasing it and going after these things. But like, honestly, at the end of the day, like we just want stuff that's going to taste good and not break the budget. So, I mean, it just makes more sense to, you know, support craft, support local, or as much as possible. And the market's kind of fluctuating right now, and that's kind of become the forefront of some of the reasons why we're buying things.
Yeah.
So like we put this one off like 4 or 5 times, and we figured now's the time.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we bought this at Binny's when they were having like their coupon as well.
Oh yeah, the what was it? The
20% off,
20%
75.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we've been eyeing it. We've definitely been eyeing it, especially all the stores that we go to. It's like intriguing. It's a very unique bottle too. I think that like it's very stunning.
Yeah.
Kind of like pagan influence on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a lot of branches, and I think it's supposed to be like a forest, but they also have like the Trinity symbol on the bottle here, which I never really noticed before.
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of cool. We should do a little more research into what
Definitely.
their story is.
I think we should do a deep dive into them. But like we've eyed it. We've also had really bad experiences with 4-grains before too, where we're just like, I don't think I like 4-grains.
Yeah, we don't want to call out. Oh, we got a little bit of information here. Oh, here we go. Joyce Netheria's place, amazing distillery to visit, excellent story behind the bottle. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for that, Tom. You continue to be a well of knowledge, and I'm very, very happy to know you. This is amazing. We also got a couple more people in the chat here. We got John. Amazing,
Hi, John.
Amazing to have you here. We're just kicking things off. So we went through the Chattanooga so far, and now we're doing Jep the Creed. So you're on pour number 2.
I already took a sip. Did you take a sip?
I did not. I've been nosing it. It's super musty.
It is very musty. I think like I smelled it and it like went up both of my nostrils like instantly.
Yeah. When I say musty, I mean like when you go in like one of those big corn mazes, or you go into like a pumpkin patch, like those kind of things. There's like this really like dried out kind of earthy like yeah. Yeah. Penelope 4-grain is a hot topic I'll return to in a second. Yeah, so like we really get that musty, like almost barnyardy kind of like really different kind of smell to it. Just like dried out earth, but it's got like some vegetal, like real kind of roundness to it.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a red wine. Like it doesn't smell like a red wine, but when you I feel like I just sound crazy when I'm saying this.
Put on the tinfoil hat. That's
You
a segment we need for this now. We need a tinfoil hat.
You know when you smell red wine and it has kind of like that earthy kind of like sour note,
Terroir?
kind of.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It has that scent to me.
It's like a dry, kind of almost tannic smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
And,
exactly what you're talking about.
like the bloody butcher corn, I smelled it with the Baby Jane as well. And now I'm getting it with this one too, where it's like you said, like a musty kind of corn. Like it's very like kind of old smelling.
Yeah. So before we devolve too much into the talk of like what we're smelling here versus what we're tasting, I want to take one more sip of this and then we'll touch on this comment here from Tony.
Steve and Jocelyn drinking Eagle Rare. Jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, these are our buddies King Bourbon. We're going to kind of circle back to that a little bit later. They're located in Chicago as well. They're really nice people, really cool. They invited us over to their place and just tasted some stuff with us.
Yeah.
In the future, we're probably going to maybe do something with them, have them on here. We'll figure out what that looks like.
Figure out how to get 4 people in this room.
Yeah. This, again, Harry Potter room. This is basically a pocket dimension under a literal staircase.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That would definitely add to the tinfoil hat series.
Yeah, absolutely. One more pass of this and then we'll be done with it. Penelope 4 grain. Loved it. Actually hated it the first time I tried it. Loved it.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. And sipping on some amazing blends tonight. Rick, thank you so much for the super here. Let us know in the chat what you're drinking or what you've blended together. But yeah, 4 grains, Penelope 4 grain. Hated it the first time. Tried it a second time. Absolutely loved it. Got like macadamia nut cookies on the note. Like it was really, really different. And then, oh, that one didn't want to give in.
I know, right?
And then the third time I had it, it was terrible. It tasted just as bad as the first one. So we have kind of sworn off of it.
Yeah.
We've even talked to the Penelope rep that handles Chicago, and they were like, huh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. And we're like, maybe it's different age statements, maybe it's different batches. Like,
yeah. So we don't know, but we swear off of it now. So we're with you, Tony.
Yeah. Do you want to smell these? They kind of smell similar.
Do you want
Isn't that? Sorry.
This is a weird direction, but I like it.
I know it would make a difference if I put it in a glass, but
no, but I definitely get what you're saying.
It has the same kind of like musty corn smell. So if you liked the Baby Jane, you'll probably like this too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to knock these over.
Whiskey Acres Bloody Butcher is good. It's their best offering. That's good to know. We tried Whiskey Acres when they were younger, and we were not a huge fan of it. It was just a little too sharp.
Thank you, Bourbon Syndicate.
Rusty.
Thank you.
Rusty, thank you. Always a gentleman and a scholar and an amazing supporter. We honestly owe some of our beginning success to you, and we will continue to enjoy you as the cherished person in this community. That's all over everyone's videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I don't think we would have realized to use hashtags without him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is so sad because, I mean, I have an advertising degree. You would think that I would be like, the first thing you need to do is put hashtags on.
Yeah, right. You'd think that you would get it, but we're like, no, that doesn't apply to YouTube. Way wrong. Double fist that smell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I needed to double fist it.
Oh, I'm gonna let that one go. I love what you did there. I'm gonna get it off the screen.
That's a classic Chicagoan talking right there.
Yeah, right. Found a bottle for $20 on clearance shelf is the only reason I picked it up. Oh yeah, the Penelope. Yeah, even for $20, I wouldn't pick it up for that much. Baby Jane is only okay. Sounds like I'm skipping Jephthah for now. Yeah, I would say that this is a little more funky than the Baby Jane. we got what, like honey tamale?
This is sweeter than the Baby Jane for sure.
Yeah,
But not like
absolutely.
overly sweet. I wouldn't say like I get caramel or anything
No.
like that. I get like a little bit of cane sugar in there.
Yeah, this one definitely has a little bit more complexity than the other one, but it's not our favorite. It's just different.
Yeah.
And like this month we've been going for like a bunch of the other things. Like we have rice whiskeys, we have corn, different types of corn whiskey. We have another blue corn whiskey over here with the Smoke Eye Hill. So we're really into just like, giving some new life to our interest in this hobby and
Yeah.
just trying different stuff and seeing what it's like.
John, celebrating a birthday.
61, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
From Westward. Ooh.
Nice.
The malts are incredible. They just released their bottles and bond. I didn't know that Westward was doing
chocolate
bottles and
bomb.
bond. That's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Wait, so that's a bottled and
Bottled and blonde.
Yes, bottled and blonde. Bottled in bond single malt, and it's a chocolate bomb. I mean, sign me up. How much does that go for, John? I'm super interested. My version of chocolate birthday cake. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would love a chocolate birthday cake that I could just put in a glass. And the Portillo's one doesn't count.
It's too chunky.
Yeah, it is a delicious type of disgusting. What we got here? Sipping my OB2 from the 3-liter oak barrel. That is oak barrel batch 2. Interesting.
Ooh.
I'm definitely interested to hear more about that. We haven't gone into any barreling yet. We've had like so many different opportunities, and we even have like an actual barrel from Journeyman's.
We do.
Off in the corner here, but we haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that's their oh my gosh, what is the restaurant? Not Golden Nugget, with the place, and they're really nice sometimes, and they have the specific.
Oh, at Debevic?
No.
No, that's the opposite.
It doesn't exist anymore. No, they have their specific way of ordering with back.
Are you talking about Waffle House?
Yes, Waffle House.
They're really nice sometimes.
They're always nice to us.
Yeah, that's true. We also go during the daytime.
Yeah.
Where they're not on edge for a fight. This is literally the only time I've ever had somebody mention that Waffle House is a place where everyone is nice.
I feel like I go places and people who are supposed to be really mean are nice to me. I don't know how.
Yeah, we definitely get like the very opposite experience of things sometimes, but that's just a roll of the dice with life, right?
Yeah. Oh, JT Melick. We love JT Melick. That one.
What bottle release in the near horizon are you most excited for? I'm going to circle back to this one in a second. I'm going to need to think about that.
I know, me too.
JT Melick is abundant in Texas. Excited to try it based on your recommendation.
Get the cast strength.
Yeah, well, if you can get the cast strength or the regular, they're both really, really good. This one's a little bit higher proof, obviously, being, what is that? 121.7. That's pretty up there.
Yeah.
The other standard offering, which Tony hunted down for us during his trip here, I mean, it's butterscotch bomb.
So good.
It's crazy good. I can see why it won awards. Okay.
And if you ever read the back label, it is the funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life, especially if you put on a Cajun accent.
Yeah, or if you just read that while listening to Channing Tatum in the Deadpool movie. It's basically the same thing. It's him just kind of going off the rails and just really kind of rambling about how he got in the business of doing rice, and it's kind of interesting. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, so let me circle back to these comments here.
Okay.
So this one, $100 for a bonded bonded single malt that tastes like chocolate cake. I'm into that.
Yeah. Well, my sister Veronica is in Portland, so that's like right up her alley. We can just be like, "Hi, go get it for us."
Yeah, and we've tried some stuff from them, but we've never tried that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. What else? Picked up another of the JT Melick. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Found a spec single barrel pick. That's the one that we have. Yeah. Amazing.
It's golden.
Westward does special quarterly releases. The March release is called Vienna Malt. Oh, okay. I feel like we've actually seen that in a store before, but we just didn't really think about picking it up.
Yeah. I'm sure they have it at Binny's. They have everything at Binny's.
Yeah, so we have kind of a split school of thought here when it comes to malts. She is convinced that she does not like malts and that we just need to go to Scotland to change her mind. I said there are cheaper ways to do that here.
Not really.
Like you can just go to like a place that has a ton of scotch, and I'm not opposed to going there, but I think that there's a cheaper way to figure out if you actually like it or not. But we'll see. She'll probably talk me into a trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any thoughts on doing a pick of your own in the future?
Yes.
Yeah. We were talking about this at our meetup. We're definitely thinking about at least a Jepson's, which is going to be one of the things that we end this stream with. We really like Jepson's.
We love them. We don't even just like them. We love them. We're in love with them.
I mean, honestly, it's transparency done right, and like not trying to really jack up the price of everything because they have the opportunity not to.
Yeah.
I mean, they're run by CH Distilling, so they basically have a huge backing. The master blender is great. The head of sales is great. Their product is like a mix of MGP, Dickel, and Green River. They don't try to charge it up a lot. Like super into that.
Yeah.
I mean, even their regular expression is like $30, and it's like 100 proof. And again, you're getting like at least like a 6-year Green River plus whatever else they want to throw in it.
Yeah.
Like even Green River's not that cheap.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, right.
But like also just kind of the thought process behind like what Tyrus is doing there, who's the master blender. He's trying to make things that are like unique and different than like what everyone else is doing. When we were there, he was doing like, wasn't the maple aging?
Yeah, the maple one he had us try. He was like a kid in a candy store. It just like so excited to show us everything and be like, you guys are bourbon drinkers, amazing. You should check out this, you should check out this, like try this. Literally started pulling shit from barrels. And it was just like, try this one now. And I was like, okay, like that's really cool.
Didn't he have like a vanilla bean
barrel?
Yeah. Just like really interesting, like off-kilter things that they're doing. And just like their base product is delicious and you can't really go wrong just having that on your shelf.
Yeah, so that would probably be the one that we would start with to kind of circle back here, Rusty, just to make sure that we're like starting off on like a nice, like easygoing, approachable, like they're going to give us a really good price point because they don't believe in price hiking or anything. And like we'd actually be able to pick any barrel we want.
Yeah.
Like that Tyrus at Jepson's blending is like the kind of person that will literally walk you through their barrel storage and make you go to each and every barrel to make sure that you like it. And if you don't like it, he's going to make you do it again. Like you might walk out of there in worse shape than you thought you would. But the trade-off is like you're gonna find the bottle of your dreams and the barrel of your dreams. And we love that experience. Other places will put like 4 samples down in front of you and just be like, which one do you want?
Also, for those who don't know, we're located in Chicago.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I got pushed up here. You guys look at, yes, we are in Chicago. We are both natives to Illinois. I spent my whole life in Chicago. She's lived in like the kind of surrounding area.
I grew up in St. Charles, so I know that area well.
Yeah.
And moved from like neighborhood to or like town to town until getting to Chicago.
Yeah. Or for those who aren't initiated with that area, the usual response is just Chicago.
Chicago.
Like, where are you from? Schaumburg. What? Chicago.
It's really not that far away.
Stopped at a Waffle House in Dixon, Tennessee after leaving Nelson Brothers Rednecks. Yes. Yeah. Kat will tell you, one of my dreams is seeing a Waffle House fight.
Yeah. He talks about it all the time.
Not that I want anyone to get hurt. I've just seen all these videos online and I want to at least like witness it once, be like, aha, this is the Waffle House experience. Instead of just going in at like what,
10
like,
a.m.
yeah, 10 a.m. and everybody's nice and friendly. Again, I worked hospitality a long time. I want to shake it up a little bit. I want to see the other side of the coin that I never see. Just a helpful reminder here to those who are joining. If you haven't already entered the word limestone in the chat, this is the time to do it. We are going to be giving away a couple of different things. We're going to be doing a Limestone Farms sample flight here for 4 of the expressions for a brand new brand that is doing it right, blending all Kentucky, whether it's Jim Beam or New Riff. They got a really good product, and we're excited to share it with you guys. Also, don't think I forgot about that favorite upcoming bottle question.
I know.
We really have to spin our gears.
It's in the back of my mind.
Yeah, that's such a tough one. That's like asking what your favorite moment of your life was, and you're just like, I don't know. Like, let me really think about it. What did you say?
My death.
Oh, that's too dark for this chat.
Sorry.
Yeah, we do have a dark sense of humor. I apologize in advance, but also buckle in.
Yeah.
We already went through that one.
I'll kind of tone it down.
No, this is part of the Chicago charm. We're just like, yeah, everything sucks, but isn't it great?
Hey, I got a hot dog. It's okay.
Yeah, right. For chocolate malt bourbon, check out Old Patrol. We did try the Old Patrol. We tried the Old World whiskey, and I think we tried the malted rye. I do like a chef's kiss. I hate when I'm getting kissed by a chef, though. I think that might be one that we have to pick up. It's definitely worth it. And you definitely know your rye guy. I trust your opinion on that. All right. Let's see what else.
There's a lot of donut talk in here.
Yeah.
I also love Blue Star in Portland too. That's also really good.
Maybe collab with other creators to spread out the cost. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that. We are still kind of on our own little island in Chicago. We could maybe, I would love if we could collaborate with all the people that are in our Discord and maybe just get something that we can find a way to ship directly to you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of people do it, like Bruzel, like Bourbon Night, stuff like that. So I'd love to maybe do that and see if, I mean, everyone could just reserve a bottle.
Yeah. It's not like we're bottling it ourselves.
Yeah. I would not want to do that process.
I wouldn't trust myself to do that.
Yeah, this kind of just doubling back to that question. Yeah, that's ultimately what we would want to do. As long as everybody would be interested in like kind of paying towards reserving a part of the bottle.
Yeah.
Or part of the barrel rather. That's something we'd love to do. We'd love to get an opinion besides just our own. I mean, we're not the end all be all. You know, like what might work for us might not work for somebody else. And I want to make sure as many people as possible are happy with the stuff that we pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to Chris's point, like our palates are so different than other people's too. Him and I have kind of similar palates, but we still kind of differ.
Yeah, Scotch for sure. And some rye.
This one is so hard to open.
Yeah, the Woodinville ones are always hard to open. I could take that. No. Oh yeah, you got the guy right there.
Oh. But it's underneath. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I think they want you to pull from the bottom with theirs, which is innovative, but
and I broke it.
Oh no. All right. So while she's figuring that out, yeah, like I mean, we do have a really eclectic palette here. I mean, if this doesn't kind of speak for it, anytime we go into a place that we have a store relationship and the people ask what we're looking for, we just like pull out a list. And we've heard like you have the most eclectic palette out of anyone I've ever helped. And part of that is a badge of honor.
I like that.
Yeah, part of that is a little like, okay, like, is that a good thing? Or does that mean you just don't know how to like put things aside for me? Like, I don't know what you're saying here. But either way, it's like, yeah, we definitely want to bring some subscribers with us and, you know, get everyone in on the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to drill into a barrel to choose it. Like,
yeah, especially if we're going to like Jepson's, they will let you
season the table.
You can't have drip drops all over it.
Yeah. So this next one is the Woodinville Port Cask. So this is one that every time we break it open, we love it, but we always forget like immediately like what it tastes and smells like.
That is so raisiny.
Yeah. But yeah, Woodinville is another brand that like we've really come to love. In the beginning, we just didn't really, I don't know. I think at the beginning when we first tried it, it was a little too mossy,
Yeah.
little too kind of like forest floor like.
I think it was also a younger product too.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
like when we had the rep from Woodinville, sorry. My brain wanted to say Appleville.
That's because we have the Apple State one behind you.
It definitely changed our mind. I think we had like a lot of ideas going into it, but it definitely gets like that like funky wood taste to it because of how they age their barrels, and it's just a really unique process. And I think that the more and more that they like create stuff, the better it's getting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Independence Dave is really good at doing that stuff. Really, really happy that we've kind of come around on this because they have a whole series for the product line that just keeps getting better and better and gets notoriety. They won some awards. They're sourcing for the first time ever, which we also found out. I wasn't sure if I was going to bring this up or not. The new Beyonce whiskey that they're releasing.
How does everyone feel about the Beyonce whiskey?
Yeah, Sir Davis, I think is what it's called.
Also, hi, Straight Up Sips.
Oh, Straight Up Sips, thank you so much for joining us.
You went past it. There you
go.
go.
I see it right here. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, if you haven't already put in the comments Straight Up Sips, we are going to be doing this giveaway here for the Limestone Farms. Enter Limestone for your chance to win. We have a couple other surprises up our sleeves too. So yeah. So I mean, honestly, the Sir Davis stuff is really interesting because they're basically trying to blend American style and Japanese, which I had no idea that Beyonce was such a fan of Japanese whiskey.
I'm honestly not surprised, especially how much she tours in Japan.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I'm sure the stuff that she is getting, I'm sure is hard for the average person to get. And with that much fame and success, you could just be like, throw money at it.
Yeah, she just has unlimited money to throw at whiskey.
Yeah, but they are making that at Woodinville, but it is not Woodinville. It's going to be sourced. But I'm really, really interested. It's a 51-49, 51 rye, 49 malt, or it might be the other way around. I can't remember.
51% rye seems high.
Yeah, I think it's malt and rye is the other one. No, it was corn. 51 corn, 49 malt.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really interesting stuff.
Anyone paying $99 for Beyonce's whiskey out there?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Our thoughts on Judson Moore?
Funny enough, I just answered this in a Discord group that I'm in. It's fine. It's getting better. I tried it when it was like maybe 1 to 2 year old product.
We tried it when it was younger.
Yeah,
we tried
really,
it
really young.
Longman and Eagle in Chicago.
I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. It was super, super young. And that's the only one I remember.
And that 2 years has really made a difference. It is no longer as sharp and grain forward as it used to be. It is really, really different. There's not a lot of transparency around it, which I'm not a huge fan of.
It's not sourced, is it?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't think it is. No. They have their own grains. They do everything in house. They're doing everything themselves.
Okay.
I think not Geneva, but somewhere downstate. They source everything. Decent stuff, getting better with time. I'd love to see what they can do with it. We were not a fan of Woodinville Portcast for a while.
Yeah. I think this is the 2023 release. Yeah. And this is the one that changed our mind. Because we did have like the 2021, 2022 version.
I think so.
And we were also not a fan. But this one, for some reason, it just hits.
Yeah. Also proving once again, Woodinville is a heavy hitter. The pick from Ryan's Liquor is a big hit. Connecticut got their first pick. Amazing. Love that. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Let's see. A bourbon that tasted like an old fashioned in a glass. Yeah, we actually just killed that one. So I don't have the bottle to show you, but it is the Michter's Unblended American Whiskey,
Yeah.
which strictly speaking is not a bourbon. They take the Michter's 10 barrel, the Michter's 10 bourbon barrel, and they scrape out the inner char, and then they char it again. And then because Michter's uses heat cycling, which if you're already familiar with it, amazing. If not, like basically cranking up the heat, closing the doors, opening the doors, blasting the cold air into it, and doing that 4 times a year.
Yeah.
For what, like 4 to 6 years?
It's a 4-year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So you get like nothing but like copious flavor and just like a really rounded, like really flavorful, low proof whiskey. It's like 41%.
I mean, it's good without ice. It's really good with ice. I think that like it's just a tasty bottle.
Yeah.
It's one that we consistently always buy. We were just like asked this question too. Like, what are the bottles that you always buy? And that was one of yours. And Green River was one of mine. So
yeah, absolutely.
just no, to be honest.
Just emailed straight up sips. Get them, Tom. Get them. They're making good quality stuff. Straight up sips. That means that if you get into the winner circle here, and you're gonna win the limestone, we'll give you something else instead. We'll skip you for that one. But definitely answer Tom's email. It's not a scam.
It's not a scam.
Tom Morrow is his actual name, and he does in fact work for Limestone Farms. Tom, I continue to thank you for how well you take these jokes. You're a man and a scholar and a legend. I say a man because he's not a robot. He's not.
Not a bot. Nothing.
Yeah, say no to yay. I don't like. I don't like that all these celebrities are making all of these whiskeys. Like
it has been crazy this year with the amount of like celebrity whiskeys.
Yeah, let us all never forget the Traveler incident.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Are they still making it?
No, it's still on the shelf. So it's like when you see a wayward spirit wandering through a liquor store and nobody's told it that it's dead yet. That's the Sazerac point system to replace Wheatley.
Oh, yeah. The one underneath it. What road trip? Yeah, there you go. What road trip vicinity distilleries are you wanting to visit the most? So we love Journeyman's.
Yeah, I mean, Rye Guy, I know you saw this in the Discord earlier, but like we're big fans of Journeyman's. Like we really, really enjoy what they do. We haven't really gone there in a while, but we used to go like 2 times a year at least.
Yeah.
We definitely need to go to some other places. I feel like CH would be good to go, but we already went to the production center, so that might be a little bit harder. We could give Whiskey Acres another try and take a drive out there.
We did go to Koval, their tasting room, which was super cool, and they have really good cocktails.
Yeah,
I feel like
my god, here's another one. Keep talking.
If you are a cocktail person and you want something a little unique, that Koval is a really, really fun place to go.
So this one is their oat whiskey, which by itself as like a straight pour is okay. It's a little astringent. If you make this into an old fashioned,
it's so good.
Tell them what it tastes like.
It's like an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
It is insane. Like he had it made at Koval, and I was like, I would just be fine drinking that all night.
Yeah, and like we went through the flight, we tried everything that they had, and like we thought about like, okay, what do we want to do next? And I called an audible. I was like, can I get the oat whiskey as an old fashioned? Just thinking like working in hospitality for so long, I was like, there's got to be something there. It's got to be delicious. Immediately blown away. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And I passed it around, like half the glass was gone before I even got it back.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was really, really
Everyone
good.
was like, oh my god, does this really taste like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff.
But I think too, if you're going to Koval and you have people out of town that aren't huge whiskey drinkers, it's a nice place because they also have like gins and vodkas. There's like a little bit for everyone rather than just going to like another distillery that's like, we only make whiskey, so too bad.
Yeah. So We've done a lot of talking with this whiskey, but we haven't really talked about the whiskey.
Yeah.
So, Ronnie, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining. Really, really happy and kind of honored that you recognized me from the Longman days. Very, very happy to see you so active in this group and joining our Discord. Really, really appreciate you.
Oh, person 29 also cracked the Koval millet.
I was pleasantly surprised. We tried that one as part of the flight that we got, and we enjoyed it. We just don't know what else we would use it for. I wouldn't really say that one's a like a sipper. I feel like you have to do something with that one, but otherwise, I'm super interested to revisit it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do one here. Rusty, thank you as always.
Thank you, Rusty.
Really appreciate your
Have
support.
a good night.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you again next time.
If you win, we'll let you know.
Yeah. If we might have to skip them to keep it fair. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what happens. And I'm looking forward to collaborating with you in Whiskey Nature in the near future. Good night, Rusty. All right. So flavor. Not as much grape as you would expect.
No. It's more of like a what variety is that? It's like maybe a champagne grape or like a musk. Is that a musk grape that I'm thinking of? Like
grape musk?
Kinda.
Or must, sorry.
There's a type of grape that I'm thinking of. And I worked at a grocery store for so long that I just know every single produce and the taste, but not the name of it, apparently. It definitely has like a grape note to it, but I would say more like grape skin rather than like actual grape.
Yeah, and with a lot of port finish things, it could be really like kind of insistent on the flavor. This is honestly like, it's not really that. It's a little bit more subtle than Midwinter's, but a lot. I don't know if I even, as I'm saying this, I don't know if I agree with that. I think it's close to being on par with Midwinter's, but I think that like the Sagamore port is a little bit above that in flavor, like little too strong, little too soft. So I feel like this is kind of like in between the two of these. And I know that this isn't the port one. We have it behind it. As I'm Vanna Whiting behind your head.
I know, and you hit me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's on camera now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Here we go. Have you guys heard of what gaslighting is?
I think that this one is nice. It's sweet. If you want to like have a nightcap that's a little sweeter after having a meal, I would definitely recommend this one. Would I start my night with it? No, because my palate would be all types of messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely, it's enjoyable. It's as good as I remember it when we had it, like a couple months ago. Still glad that we bought it for a bottle.
It won't exist after this bottle, too.
No, that is the rye.
Oh, the rye.
The rye is the one that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
This one is still going to be continued. Yeah, we're happy to have it. That's definitely going to get a spot right back here. Do you want to just pop it there now? There we go. Oh, it's so dark.
I know, it's so dark. All right, next one.
While you're looking for that, new glasses now.
I know. I was definitely going to switch them.
All right. I will put these over here for now.
We have a lot of bottles to get through.
What?
All right. So, do you want to do this one next?
Sure.
1792.
Do you want to read this comment while we're doing this?
Yeah. Most celebrities aren't making anything. They're just selling out their name. That's true.
I would argue that they sold out their name before the whiskey. But I hear you, and I agree with you.
I get very mad about tequila just because, like, the crops are just, like, dissipating, and it's so long for...
over harvested.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely. And it takes so long to get, like, back in production. It's upsetting. And I'm sure that a lot of them are, like, cutting it with other stuff. But I agree with, like, the sentiment. It's just them, like, getting more opportunity to just like do something to get like their brand out there rather than like truly loving like whiskey and wanting to make something different.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, like the whole process of what it takes to make whiskey is such a lengthy thing that requires investment, and it requires attention and focus and
A master distiller and a master blender.
And then like rigorously like trying to find ways to scale up your recipe or control the end result. Like you can do the sweet mash method, the sour mash method. Sweet mash requires more equipment. It requires a lot more attention and focus and staff. And
or if you want to do a rye, it's going to be like an even trickier mash bill.
Yeah, because then you have to clean everything out very rigorously.
Yeah.
And like they make equipment for this stuff, but it's just not, it's not super conducive to making things efficient. So like when you're thinking about a celebrity who has like their whole schedule for the year planned out in like January 1st. So like they're not really going to have the time to do it. So I don't really fault them for letting somebody else do it, but I really wish that they would do it in a more intentional way where it actually feels as if they're, to be quite frank, they're picking a product that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, you can attach whatever names you want to different celebrity brands, Traveler. But like, it's just, it's not, it just feels like you're basically pushing an entire fan base around to just do a cash grab.
Wasn't it a basketball player that came out with
Scottie Pippen?
No, a different one, like very, very recently. And it was like an absurd price, like a $3,000 bottle or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember who that was, but it was pretty insane.
Yeah. If anyone knows in the comments, scream it.
Yeah, please. If anybody knows what brand that is, please let us know.
I just remember seeing that, like it was right before Weller Millennium came out, and I was like, $3,000 for a bottle. How dare you?
Well, apparently people will pay for that.
And then Weller Millennium came out, and I was like, all right, people will pay for it.
It's like, oh, the $3,000, small potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got a good like
House Jefferson's bourbon, it's pretty good, honestly. As long as you get the older stuff. I'll circle to that one in a second. As long as you get the older stuff, like the original old label, let me grab it, and then you grab the other one because that one's going to be next. So this is the older label here. So this label is their old one that mostly resembles Malort, which I'm sure eventually they realized was kind of like detrimental to their success because people will relate it to Malort.
Yeah. And they were asking about it constantly. They're like, is there Malort in this bourbon? I don't want that. And you're like,
yeah,
who would do that?
Yeah. So like their new branding is this one. This is their older stuff. Sorry, hold on. Let me get rid of this question. This is like their newer stuff. This is like 5 years at least. I think 6 years. This one in particular, which we'll be getting into soon after this one, is significantly different. And it's got a lot going on, but I digress. It's really good stuff. Give it a shot. Don't be shy about it. There's no Malort in the bourbon.
No Malort in the bourbon. If you like,
I repeat, no Malort in the bourbon.
And they're pretty consistent about blending. And like, it's a $30-ish bottle. Like, you can't go wrong with that.
All right. So we're going to touch on this one and also tell you again, we're not done with that question. What is the thing that we're looking forward to most this year? Honestly, any BTAC. If we can get literally any BTAC, we'll probably freak out.
I know. If we could get a BTAC, that would be amazing. That's one thing. We've always been part of raffles, and we are the most unlucky people. The one raffle that we won was because we were the only tickets.
Well, we also won this one, though.
That's true.
You were parking the car.
And I wasn't even there. I won and I wasn't there.
She was just driving around in circles, trying to park the car. And then we had her ticket called, and I was just like shaking. I had the phone, and I was like, we won! We won!
I don't count that as winning because I wasn't there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's like being a passenger to your own success.
I know.
Yeah. So bottle drops, are we hoping for to come across this weekend? I mean, Sweet Wheat is all over
Sweet
Chicago. I get like a waning answer of like, yes, we have it. No, we don't have it. And that's even through my own relationships. If we could get that, that would round out the collection that we have over here.
Yeah, that's our one missing one.
Yeah, and the port finish.
In the
which-
port, but we have never seen that one in Chicago.
Oh, I actually found out it is no longer 1792 port. It is now Thomas S. More port finish, which if you haven't tried it, don't waste your time. Thomas S. More is on end of bin deals everywhere because it's arguably not good.
If anyone's wondering what we're drinking too, it's 1792 Full Proof, which is a Binny's pick.
This is the one from last year, though. I saved the one from this year for a later time. On the nose, I don't know about you. I get Play-Doh.
I get nail polish.
All right. It's way
I
different.
could see the Play-Doh because it smells salty.
I've never thought of Play-Doh as salty, but I guess
Play-Doh
you're right.
is definitely salty. In the comments, is Play-Doh salty?
It's always smelled like clay to me.
No, did you never eat Play-Doh as a child?
No, I didn't.
You never lived.
First, you judged me for like not knowing what creamsicles smell like without the
orange.
Without the orange. Now you're saying you're judging me because I've never eaten Play-Doh.
See, Rye Guy says yes. Play-Doh is salty.
All right, right guy. We're gonna have it out later. No, very salty. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't eat Play-Doh. Let's get through some of the rest of these comments. Began production in 2019. No, this is close. Like there was something that came out super recently that wasn't tequila, it was a whiskey brand. Sincora, I'm familiar with that one, like the big like agave leaf. You put 23 of them together and it's supposed to create the exact length of like a basketball field. Yes, basketball field.
Basketball field?
Yeah, it sounded weird to say basketball court. There you go.
It
Sorry.
took me a minute. I'm not a sports person. I'm like, no.
Yeah, go sports. No, that's not the one that we're thinking of, but I appreciate you dropping that info. I didn't know that many people were behind it. Ik Offerman Lagavulin, Rumcast.
Yeah.
We haven't had the Rumcast. We do have the toasted one, which kind of blew out our palate for the night.
Yeah, it's too peated for me. I still need to like acclimate to the peatiness.
Yeah. This one finished Jefferson's a while back. Ooh, we haven't had the cognac one. I don't think we've actually seen it outside of Gold Eagle or Golden Eagle.
Yeah. I like the comment that says, "What if I want Malort in my bourbon?"
Yeah.
You take it on the side.
Yeah, or drop it in like a Chicago car bomb.
Yeah.
There's beer is optional for that one. Ryan Saber, not what? Okay.
Oh.
Knob Creek picks. Thought that was interesting.
See, I could see picks. It's a lot to bring up a brand. Like maybe someone has a really good palate and they like want to do a bunch of picks. I feel like that is like a little more acceptable than like starting a whole new brand.
Yeah, give me a Gordon Ramsay pick.
I mean, look how saturated like the bourbon market is right now.
Yeah. Well, if you put a big celebrity name behind it for somebody who actually has like a history tasting things, people might actually change their mind a little bit.
Yeah. Was it Stephen Curry that I'm thinking of?
Gentleman's Cut.
He's Gentleman Cut. Yeah.
That's like a $60, $70 bottle.
I can't remember.
Versus one that's $3,000. I should just pull up my phone, but I want to be professional here.
Yeah, we can't look at phones. They don't exist.
They don't exist. We're in the white space of this room. So again, do your own float. Do a Chicago float. Into it.
Did you taste this?
I did. Very, very salty. Yes, Play-Doh is salty. Play-Doh. Yes, the philosopher Plato is very salty. He complains constantly. He keeps talking about the philosophy of what it means to be alive. No, I'm kidding. I love philosophy. Or do I? What is it actually worth?
Interesting. It's funny because it doesn't taste as salty on the palate
as Play-Doh. Go on.
I'm gonna scream internally. It tastes sweet, but it also has kind of a sea salt like kiss to it.
Kiss. Yeah, like if you've ever had like a big chunk of Malden sea salt in something, where like whether it's on a salad or like you go to a restaurant and it's on top of your steak or whatever,
Or
like
on a brownie.
yeah, there you go. I feel like that is 100% what it tastes like
Yeah.
because it's a little sweet, it's a little salty, it's a little savory.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of pepperiness to it.
There is a ton. It will not leave my tongue.
Yeah, obviously from like the just the high proof, and it probably has a fair amount of rye in it. But yeah, absolutely interested in seeing how this develops. It's honestly pretty smooth, pretty easy sipping if you can get over the Play-Doh.
Yeah, for sure.
It's time to try some Play-Doh. Yep.
It is time.
Next bottle share, bringing Play-Doh. All right, next bottle share. Everyone has to drink out of a Play-Doh cup.
I will also bring the Play-Doh tools. I remember I had a spaghetti one that you could make like spaghetti with.
See, this comment I like. It's mad because Legos are more popular.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes you just like you need to create things on your own.
See, I like how your Italian Sicilian background is so strong that you feel the need to taste even Play-Doh pasta.
Is this tomato flavored or pesto?
It's like, hey, how do I turn this into tomato sauce now?
Thank you, Tom. Have a good night. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh yeah, that's right. The guy that's behind Limestone Farms is doing he's doing some pretty cool stuff so far. I mean, obviously it hasn't hit the market, but you'll know what it's like when you win one of these guys. I feel like that's like a almost silent approach to doing it versus the people that like put big stamp of approvals on something and they're like, this is my brand, like Brothers Bond or like Heaven's Door, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is also a whole can of worms we will talk about later because not everybody likes the idea of talking about Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah. That got me.
Our favorite whiskey bars in the city. Oh, Gretel.
Really love Gretel.
Yeah, Gretel has a really good option. If you've been there and haven't asked for the allocated list, ask for the allocated list.
Yeah. We also really like if you want just like a simple, not like a simple meal. It's not like a hamburger on a plate.
But you can have a hamburger on a plate.
No. I was gonna say Lonesome Rose. Their bar is surprising when it comes to like the amount of like Buffalo Trace products they have.
And the crazy thing is, I think we just exude like whiskey drinker energy. When we sat down at the bar once when we were waiting for like a birthday party to happen, and we were the first people there, they just like handed us pours of what was it? Lot B.
Yeah.
Like the 12-year Lot B. And they're like, hey, do you want some? Yeah, like we got too much of it this year. Like I figured you'd appreciate it. And I was like, I didn't even order a drink yet. How did you know that I was a whiskey drinker? And they're like, just look at you.
Wait, no.
I mean, they didn't say that, but that was the intention, and they were right. So
yeah, that's a good bartender.
Good for them.
And they also have golden teardrops underneath, which like I'm sure they have even more stuff down there.
Yeah, nice speakeasy spot. Really, really cool. What else do we like? Longman and Eagle, obviously.
I'm just gonna say a bunch of Logan Square places.
Not all the Logan Square
Best Intentions also has like a really great selection of like bourbons and like hard to find ones too.
Yeah.
It's a little pricier.
Sometimes. Some of them are really expensive for what they are. Some of them are like really reasonable and affordable for what they are. Like Tony, the person that's been in our chat here, when he came to Chicago, I had him meet us there, and we had like John J. Bowman single barrel for like $10 a pour, I think, which was honestly a really good price. Yeah, see, I can vouch for Best Intentions. Great folks, really unassuming, kind of like a restaurant industry like favorite bar. It's a place whether you want to throw darts and get blacked out on shots and high life, you can do it. If you want to have like upscale pours of whiskey, you can do it. If you want to have an elevated cocktail, you can do it. If you want to eat a burger and french fries and just be left alone, you can do it. Like you want to play what is it, Buck Hunter?
Yeah,
you can do it. Like it's literally choose your own adventure, and it's very underrated. Huge fan. I don't go there enough because I know Best Intentions is a great title, but you usually leave not having best intentions.
Yeah.
And then you go to your 5 a.m. place, and then before you know it, like you wake up at like noon and you just hate your life because you're hungover.
Yeah. I would also say Slightly Toasted is a really great place to just like a really like vast collection. I'm trying to think outside of our neighborhood.
Best places for dusty old whiskeys.
Oh,
You have a couple options. Longman and Eagle has a pretty extensive selection of dusties. They kind of come and go, and I know that they always have stuff kind of like squirreled away. I'm not going to say any of what it is because
it's probably changed too.
Yeah, I talked to them enough, and I have such good rapport with them because I used to work there. That like I hear stuff, and I'm always just like, oh, okay, you let me know when that's going to be on the menu. I tried pre-prohibition whiskey there once, which was crazy. Yeah, that's a good spot. Delilah's is always a good spot. Really reasonably priced.
Yeah,
honestly.
for Dusties, yeah.
Yeah, like they're like, do you want to try Rittenhouse from like 1992? And you're like, yeah, yeah, absolutely. They're like, all right, it's $14 for an ounce. I'm like, go, give me 2 of them. Come on, let's go. Give me a 2-ounce pour.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So that's definitely a good spot. There's not a ton of places that have Dusties. Slightly Toasted will definitely have a couple, but that's almost coincidental.
I'm gonna crack open the Jepsons too.
Yeah, the Jack Rose. Yeah. So at one point in time, Longman was considered the number 2 whiskey bar in the world, and Jack Rose was the only thing that was above it. I was honored to work there at that point in time. But yeah, really, really good place. Heard nothing but good things. Tony, if we ever go out to your neck of the woods, I'm definitely hitting you up for locations in your area. Connecticut sounds crazy for access and cool places to check out. All right, so this is the Jepsons.
This is the Jepsons. It's the Amburana finish. I know there's feelings around Amburana.
Yeah. Amburana, whether you love it or hate it, it's still here for at least a little while longer.
Also, I'm like so hot after drinking the full proof.
Well, yeah, that's why we kind of like segued into it. I definitely feel a little more toasty with that than I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, same. I filled our belly with so much rice too.
Yeah, we made like a really awesome like Korean style fried rice with and like forage ramp kimchi that I made for us. Really, really cool stuff. But you know,
past bourbon hunter and forager as well. So if anyone really wants to figure out where to find ramps, I got you.
And I just have ADHD, so she showed me once, and I was like, "This is my new obsession." Wow, it doesn't smell the way that I thought it would.
So when we were talking to Tyrus, his inspiration was from one of the first Joseph Magnuses that Nancy Fraley created. And
he said he got inspired by the way that she does things.
By the way she did things. And I could kind of see, like, he told us he didn't really age this very long. So, I mean, it is a very astringent wood. Like, you can go overboard.
Yeah, I mean, look at how dark this is. And I think he said he aged it for what, like 2 weeks?
2 weeks. And that's all it really needs.
Yeah. Other brands, which I will not name, have made the mistake of leaving it in for about we'll go with that one. Have made the mistake of not they have not taken it out soon enough, so it just tastes tannic and bitter and really, really over the top.
I think one of your favorites was the Nulu.
Yeah.
It was another Benny's pick.
Yeah.
And that one,
it tasted like a Cinnabon like roll.
The inside.
Like the center, the very center of the Cinnabon. That is probably the one that I have enjoyed the most, and I will continue to cherish. We do still have a full bottle that I refuse to kill that one because I don't want to get into the last bottle yet.
Yeah. This still kind of has the Yankee Candle smell. to it,
I can see that.
but not like overly.
Yeah, so this one is 123 proof. So just straight bourbon at as high as it can get for Jepson's with a little bit of Ambrana finish. I remember I tried this once at Slightly Toasted, and I was like, this is way better than every Ambrana that I've ever had.
Yeah. It's understated for sure. It has like a little bit of the cinnamon notes, but not overly, where it's just like hitting you in the mouth and you're just like, I didn't want that.
It's almost got like an apple flavor to it.
A little apple. Yeah, like a cinnamon apple, like a Quaker cinnamon apple.
Yeah. I would think that the best way to describe this would be like if you took all the best parts, kind of like she mentioned, of like a cinnamon oatmeal, like cinnamon apple oatmeal, but you have the apple flavor first and the cinnamon in the back.
Yeah.
Honestly, this kind of tastes like the brown sugar Pop-Tarts to me with like an apple filling.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so this one is discontinued. I definitely recommend picking this up if you get the chance. It is pretty damn good. When we talked to Tyrus at Jepson's, he said that there's a chance that they're going to get it again soon. I don't know like how true that is. He said that a new round should be coming, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anything worthwhile in Benny's clearance end caps lately?
I don't know.
Always.
Yeah.
Rossville Union is pretty good. We tried a taste of it, and it really wasn't bad. I think it was half price. I think it was like 20.
I think so.
Like 20-ish bucks.
We also picked up Stork.
Story Stork.
Story Stork, which is like a German
100%
brand.
German rye. Yeah, I think I was talking to rye guy about that earlier.
It's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah. That one's pretty good. What else? Pursuit and United have been on sale recently. Those are pretty good. One of our favorite ones that we ever got was the Mary Dowling, which is
that one was crazy.
Really, really old brand. Can you actually grab that Dowling? Steve and Jocelyn, if you guys are still watching, we were talking about Dowling the other day and how you have that like pre-prohibition bottle. So this one is a buzzword city. Like
toasted.
Trying to see if I can get it.
Double oaked.
Yeah, it's literally everything you want. Toasted, double oak, barrel proof, wheated whiskey. Like it's literally everything that you want. And Mary Dowling is like one of the OG whiskey makers. If you can find that one on a discount, it is crazy good. It tastes like wild berry Pop-Tarts.
It's so good.
As a pourer with like a little bit of a smokiness to it. Huge fan. Absolutely love it. What else do we have here? Portage Park Binnings and River Grove have several new Ambrana and a bin sold.
Oh.
Sold. All right. I'm into that. We'll definitely be out there. You know where they got that Dowling. I'll go to it in a second. You know where they got that Dowling. Haven't seen it since that day. Yeah, Tony. I kind of thank you for that, helping you kind of find the bottles that you were looking for while you were in the city. I mean, that was a crazy good find. Got it for like 35% off. Super into it. Love the Mary Dowling. What is both of your favorite type of finished bourbon? That's kind of hard to quantify. I know the types that we don't like.
Yeah. I definitely like double oaked. I don't know if that's going to be counted as a finish.
Technically.
But
it is put in a second barrel.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I do enjoy. I like the kind of like tanniny taste of it. Ports are hit or miss for me. But I do like them every once in a while. I'm trying to think.
We don't mind. Here's the thing. Like, I don't think we're so much big on like a type of finishing as we are the exact process behind like individual ones.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, we have this Manhattan finish from Sagamore. I don't like Manhattans. I love this.
This one is so good.
This is well done. The Joseph Magnus blend, like we have this one finished with 3 different barrels. We have an Ambrana cigar blend behind it. I like this cigar blend. I don't like that cigar blend. I don't like that Ambrana. I like the new Ambrana. I don't like the Penelope Ambrana as much. So it's really more about execution. I think that matters more than anything.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what other people like as well. I think it's like all over the place. Like, are you a sweet person? Are you a savory person? Like, it really does vary in the finishes, and that's why I hate recommending things where I'm just like, I recommended it, and then they're like, I hated it, and I poured it down the drain, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's great. Yeah, and then you just feel awkward, and you're like, well, I will never speak to you again. That's fine. And not because I hate you, but because I feel bad that I led you astray.
Yeah, we just talked about Koval too. Definitely, we haven't done a distillery tour, but we do love their tasting room.
Yeah, we did the tasting room. Really, really weird kind of vibes in there. Like a modular beanbag couch kind of setup.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to explain. Really cool, very different. Super, super into some of the stuff that they're doing. Like again, we just mentioned Ambrana. I am not a huge fan of their Ambrana. I just don't like how astringent it is because they left it in there probably a little bit
I
too
did
long.
like it on the ice, or on the ice.
Yeah,
on ice.
Yeah, Ambrana on ice, the new Disney special.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you make it as a cocktail, if you make an old fashioned with it, it's crazy good. Or if you make a Manhattan with it, it's crazy good. But
yeah,
that is also discontinued, so that's probably one of the only ones that we truly, truly enjoyed. All right, so we're moving on past like an hour and a half.
I know. Should we start doing our giveaways?
Do we still have one more, right?
We're out of glasses. You have to drink yours.
Okay. Oh no, whiskey.
Oh, actually, I was picking up the wrong thing. All right, so this one.
This is a surprise one.
This is a surprise one.
We just picked this up after we had like already prepared this stream and like did the thumbnail and everything. So this is one that we can't wait to crack open for you.
Yeah.
Can I trade you an all
pour?
Sure. I'm gonna cover this one in a minute. Go to single barrel. So the last 3 pours that we chose were all like pretty high proofs. So yeah. This is going to be a fun one. So this is an Elijah Craig single barrel that is coming from one of our local liquor stores. This is Foremost Arcadia. They just got this in. As soon as they got it, the owner called me up. He was like, hey, I just got this in. You got to come try it. You got to come get a taste of it. It's really good. I think that you'll enjoy it. I was like, okay, sure. We'll come in. Got like a little bit of a tasting, like a tiny, tiny bit. Really enjoyed it. Want to see how it is right off the neck pour, though.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty good. So this is 124.9. It's pretty up there. This is for Foremost Liquors Arcadia. I mean, barrel number and everything is there if you want it, but it's 10 years old for, I think it was what,
74
$74.
Yeah.
Honestly, not the worst deal you could get for Elijah Craig. Super, super into it so far.
I get a lot of like brown sugar notes off of this one. Like the thing about Elijah Craig is like, it really does change in the bottle. Like you could get the neck pour and you could be like, this is the most disgusting whiskey I've ever had. Yeah. And then you let it like sit in the bottle for like a month and you're like, oh, what is this new whiskey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I say my go-to single barrel?
Yeah, go for it. I was thinking that too, but I didn't want to be like almost cliche.
I know, but it's so good for the price. Like, if I don't want to splurge, I think that one's super good.
So that would be hers. And this one is mine. So this is not the exact same bottle that we won in the raffle, where we were the only 2 names, but this is what we got. If you're sleeping on these Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes, you honestly you need to reevaluate your decisions in life. They are so
Everyone's
good.
so excited about them.
Yeah. Straight up sips. We've started to call this Baby Taylor because it's pretty damn close.
It is.
And it's way more accessible than the E.H. Taylor single barrel. But I'm so glad that made you happy. I see 5 S's here. Amazing. But yeah, so these are really solid for different reasons. High proof doesn't taste high proof. Good substitute for something that's more expensive. I would say that these are probably our favorite single barrels that are like normal releases, not like store picks, not anything like that. These are your run of the mill. You can find them anywhere. Kind of single barrels.
We do have a Jim Beam single barrel that's in the.
Oh,
Chris is grabbing it.
Oh yeah, you're making me break out all the stuff that we don't really show.
I know, like a kid in a candy store.
Let's see if I can get this on camera. So this is the really old like label line before they decided to discontinue that exact label and offer a new one. Let's see if I can get a little more detail here.
I know, we don't want to open it just yet. It's definitely a cool one.
Yeah, and we found this at the Foremost Arcadia as well, which is kind of funny that you asked that, because that's kind of circling back to this. We were super excited. We wanted to do a side-by-side for the new release and the new one. Yeah, just really interested. Favorite benchmark? Oh, that's tough. They're both. Let's clean up a little bit. They're both, or not both. There's several.
There's only 2.
Yeah,
there's cold proof and single barrel.
Yeah, don't believe the lies. There's only 2. We really like the single barrel. It's really good.
Yeah.
The foolproof, full disclosure here, and like asterisks, if you take the time to like actually let it decant and let it open up a little bit, it gets a lot better.
Yeah. It's very harsh when you first open it.
Yeah, I don't think I have it down here anymore, but I used to have a decanter where I would literally just like dump it out of the bottle and then like just let it sit for a little bit, and it took off all the burn, it took off all the ethanol. It was really good. Super happy about it. I'd say that those are the 2 best ones in our mind.
Yeah, I mean, and the bonded one is fine, but
good.
It kind of just tastes like turned eel rare to me.
Yeah, it tastes like slightly higher proof, yet somehow more watered down Eagle Rare.
Yeah. So I would say like single barrel and full proof.
Yeah. Oh my God, that price for a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, that is unbeatable. Tony, I am going to come with a second suitcase.
No, why does Connecticut have everything?
Yeah, you guys are so spoiled with really good stuff, and I'm so jealous because we have to pay tooth and nail and taxes.
Yeah.
All right, signing off. Thanks so much for joining us, Rye Guy. Yeah, we should probably kind of wrap this up.
Yeah, let's do it. We've been doing this for way too long. Let's do the raffles.
Yeah, so again, if you're still here and you want to get the pack here, the four sample flight pack of Limestone Farms, now is the time to enter Limestone if you haven't already in the chat, and we will give you a chance to win it. So we'll give you a couple of seconds to do it.
Let's do it all night.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. I know who I'm gonna rally with.
All caps.
All caps, Matt. All caps. All caps, everyone. Sawdust and Coffee. That's an awesome name.
Yeah, that is pretty tight.
Yes, this is what we want to see.
Yeah.
Everyone shift. There you go.
There you go.
I'll give you a couple more seconds here.
What do you think of this one?
Honestly, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I think it needs time to open up again, but
absolutely.
I think like right out of the bottle, it's better than the Target Elijah Craig we had.
Yeah. Well, theirs was also like an 8-year for like $80, which is kind of on brand, but it was like 100.
8 years for $99.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
Especially if they have like that much distribution, there's no fucking reason
I know
why they should charge that much.
That was so upsetting. And then I cracked it open, and every time I like took a sip, I was just like, this is awful.
This tastes like I shouldn't have bought that picture frame when I went there. This tastes like they distracted me with everything else, so I forgot about the $100 price tag.
And I thought it would like change and like meld, and no, I never did.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Kentucky tea from Booker's.
I was just gonna say that. That's so funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So whether you love or hate Booker's, our favorite is Kentucky tea.
It's so good.
I know everyone has a different flavor profile, but it's round, it's luscious, it's sweet. It's got a fair amount of sugar content, but not a ton.
Yeah.
It's just overall pretty enjoyable.
This kind of reminds me of this one, oddly enough.
Yeah, but like ramped up a little bit.
Like hotter, but like ramped up.
Ramped up, hotter, slightly less bitter. Overall, like pretty close. This one right out the gate tastes a little bit more lush and like kind of rich. This one is a little bit more thin in comparison, but
Yeah.
they're both pretty good.
All right, everyone have their things in?
All right, so we got some entries here. Let's go for it. So for the winner of the Limestone Farms sample pack,
Oh, I would laugh. So, oh,
David Nowak. David, are you here? I know I just saw you a minute ago. Liam Slice, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. We're going to do some extra samples here to send out for giveaway in a minute.
yay!
David, yeah, email us at bondingoverbourbonpodcast@gmail.com. If you forget it, it's on our welcome page. We will get you a sample of the Limestone Farms Distilling releases that they sent to us. These are some of the most interesting pours from a new label that we've had in a while.
You're lucky because I was going to drink them.
Yeah, we thought about it. We got that close to doing it, and then decided that we should probably give them away to other people who don't know what it tastes like. J-Dog.
Hey, J-Dog.
Where's J-Dog?
All right, should we do the next draw?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell what it is?
Well, we have
Or
a
is
couple
it a
here.
Secret.
Yeah, no secrets here. So we have a couple extra ones we want to give out here. The next one we're going to do is the Still Austin Blue Corn. If you're not familiar with the Still Austin Blue Corn, it is absolutely delicious. We are huge fans. Can I give this to you?
Yeah.
Thank you. We have been full stands for Still Austin for a long time. Super interested in everything that they make. It's really good stuff. We've been to the distillery. Really good people. Love everything that they make. Again, new corns, different types of corns. That has been our obsession for this month.
They got the knobs.
Yeah, they do have the knobs. It is a big
juice?
bunch of knobs. This is how exclusive that this bottle is. They can't even find it in Texas.
That's crazy.
Tony is currently in Houston and it is nowhere to be found. And this is not the first time that I've heard this. So this is the next sample that we are going to be giving away.
Ryan Red Corn.
Got high Ryan Red Corn. Yeah, those are still pretty hard to find. But again, if you haven't already put in Limestone, now is the time to do it. I'm going to put this here as a reminder. All caps. Limestone.
But no cap for our alpha people. You shouldn't be on here. You can't drink.
Yeah. If you know what no cap means and it's not ironic, then you really shouldn't be on the channel.
I wiggled that and it scared me for a second.
Yeah. Mike, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you. Yes.
Another one.
If you haven't done it yet, do it. There's new people that are in it. I'll give you 5 more seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year.
All right. So the next person is, as we count it down,
tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Whiskey Evolution. Whiskey Evolution.
Congratulations.
Are you still here? Say something to us in the chat. Whiskey evolution.
Whiskey evolution. Did you evolve into Scotch evolution?
He used the Scotch stone and he became whiskey evolution. That's me. All right.
Yay. Send an email to bondingoverbourbonpodcast@gmail.com.
Again, if you forget, it is on our welcome page for YouTube. You are the proud winner of the Still Awesome Blue Corn. We are huge fans. Hopefully you enjoy it as much as we do. We can't wait to get this to you. Do you want to tell them what the next one is?
I don't know what the next one is.
That's fine.
I think you changed your mind at the last second.
No, I had a pretty good idea of what it was. And this one, we wanted to fit this into what we were doing, but with 3 barrel proofs already,
we had a lot to drink.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not just double down on it and go for it. But one of us has to work. Well, we both have to work tomorrow, and we need to make it through the rest of the night. So for the Stag 24A sample, again, if you haven't put it in already, put Limestone in all caps. We will give you 10 seconds. Starting now.
Right now.
8, 7, 6.
You have to say Mississippi
5,
in between.
4, 3.
Drink it.
2, 1. Okay, fine. We'll drink it in a minute. All right.
Should I open it while you do this?
Okay, fine. They want us to drink it, so let's drink it.
Oh no, we have to drink more whiskey.
All right. So the proud winner of the 24A,
Oh, that was
Ronnie Taylor.
Yeah. Congrats, Ronnie.
Ronnie, I know you're in here. I just saw your name. Have you had the 24A yet? Ronnie, speak to us from the other side.
Are you there? I'm going to rinse this because it tastes like Amberana.
That's fair. If you haven't had it yet, well, I'll get it to you personally. I know you live not that far from us. Amazing. Do we want to do one more?
One more.
One more.
So generous. Sure.
Trying. Oh, wow. There's like no ethanol on it. At least not from the neck pour. That's pretty crazy.
Put limestone in. Do I get to pick what it is?
Pretty close to Logan Square. I mean, you can. We could put it up to the comments.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the only bottle that is not up for grabs. If you see something you want, I am going to Vanna White myself off screen. If you see something you want, you have exactly 15 seconds to call it out.
Actually, you should have it so we pick the winner and then they can pick it or choose it.
Actually, you know what? That's a better idea.
Yeah.
No, Pappy's the only thing you can't get.
Let's choose a winner. Then they get to pick. But they did get some good.
Heaven Hill 6. Oh, I remember what we were going to offer. All right, so we'll give a choice here. So this last one is going to be Dusty's.
It will be a Dusty.
So we have.
You pick this.
Yeah. All right. So let's do 3. The winner gets a choice here. You either get Charter 101, or you get.
Oh, Jesus.
You get a pour of Heaven Hill 6-year, or.
Pappy.
No, definitely not Pappy. Sorry. I love you guys. I'm just not ready to part with Pappy yet. Soon. The last one.
Yeah.
I did see one Kentucky Owl. So this is, you get to choose. You get to choose between 3 things that don't exist on the market anymore. All right. So this is your last chance here. The last giveaway of the night.
You're killing me, John.
John, John, no Pappy this time. If we're lucky enough and we get another bottle, we will give a fair amount of this away. Yeah, this is your last time. Heavy Hill 6 for sure. Yes. These are your options. We will give you another 10 seconds here. Limestone for your last chance. If you haven't done it yet, this is your last chance.
That really does, like, it has no burn to it.
Yeah, well, we've also had a couple barrel proofs, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even smelling it, it didn't have any ethanol on it.
Honestly, this is immediately knowing this is one of the best stags I've ever had.
It's real smooth. It would make a great highball.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. A dangerous highball.
Dangerous. Come on, Limestone.
Go.
Go.
All right. So this is the last one. I'm going to reset the pool here. Make sure we're not missing anyone. Do it one last time. Winner gets to choose what they want from the three options here. And the winner is...
I hope it's person 29. Oh.
Joseph Salerno.
Yay.
Joseph, are you still amongst the living in the stream?
I just saw him.
Joseph, I see here. I see you.
I see you.
Tell me you're still here.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, there you are. Tell me which one you want, and the sample is yours. He's out of my head. Comment of the night for sure.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
We have not touched that one in a long time because it's so delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, person 29.
Person 29, in my mind, you're person number 1.
Yeah. You're person 0. You don't even exist because you're superior to everyone.
Just a being of pure energy. All right. Well, that is the end of our giveaways for tonight. Again, if you're a winner, please contact me at bondingoverbourbonpodcast@gmail.com. One of the two of us will reach out to you, give you, I mean, honestly, the sample of your dreams. For the lucky winner of the flight here, honestly, super jealous.
I'm very jealous.
We want to keep these, but for now, they will go to a home of somebody who has yet to experience how delicious some of these are. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. We're really, really happy with this. Can't wait to make more like these in the future. If you enjoyed this live stream, give it a thumbs up. Tell your friends about it. Next time, we want to do even bigger, even better.
I want to do smaller and even worser. So, like, we'll find somewhere in the middle.
This is what I was talking about. This is the trolling. Fresh notes of immediate fart. And with that note, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Yes, smaller and worse.
Smaller and worser.
Yes, way worser.
Way worser.
And with that note, take care, everyone. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.